Okay, what is up? I'm gonna come on here and make a quick video and show you guys how I like to cook. I'm about to make some burgers for lunch. I'm starving, so I want to show you kind of the whole process and how easy it is really just to make something awesome. And you know, burgers aren't necessarily bad. It's just like if you make burgers at your house, it's gonna be a lot better than going out to like McDonald's or Jack in the Box or something like that and picking up one of their burgers. So let me show you a really simple way on how I make my burgers. And just, you know, I'm not claiming to be no chef or professional or nothing like that. I'm really just coming on here to show the ways I've learned to cook and like be able to maintain eating good healthy food and stuff. Yeah, so I mean, everything I do is for the better purpose of gaining some muscles, you know, or something like that. Trying to live a healthy lifestyle, you know, eat my vegetables, eat all the different meat sources out there. So anyways, let me just show you basically how I make these burgers. We're gonna air fry them today. It's super simple. It probably is only gonna take, you know, 10 or 15 minutes to cook them up. So let me show you how this goes down. All right, so basically I bought my meat yesterday, so let's go ahead and get our meat out. Boom, just go buy a package of meat. I did buy the extra lean. Normally I'll get the medium one, which is just a lean, but they actually didn't have any of that. And then the regular beef that they had, which I normally would get, it looked pretty bad. It was nice. It was all brown. So we just went with this package here. So the first thing you're going to want to do is go buy your meat. And then once you get your meat bought, you're just going to want to basically make patties. So you're just going to open this up and make some nice patties. Let me show you how that's done. All right, so let's open this up. We're going to start making the patties. Well, the first thing you're going to want to do is wash your hands. I already washed mine, so make sure you wash your hands before you start touching all your meat and everything. Boom. I always give the meat a smell check. I don't know why. I'm worried about it. Even at the store, if I'm buying a pack of chicken or something, you'll see me pick it up and kind of give it a smell. Because I don't know, if you pick it up and it smells bad, man, I definitely don't want it. So that's just something I do. Because it's happened before. So basically you just want to take a big chunk of meat like this, break it off the thing, and just start balling it up in your hand, you know. And you can make the patties whatever size you like. Just keep in mind that when you cook them up, they are going to actually like shrink a little bit. So if you make one, you know, this big, it's not going to be as big when you get done. And another thing I like to keep in mind when I'm making patties is I try to handle them the least amount as possible. So you don't want to sit here and just be playing with your meat, and no pun intended. And you don't want to just be playing with it, man, over and over and just touching it and like packing it all together. You want to get it, form a nice patty, and you want to leave it as open as possible and as airy as possible so you just get a better cook. I don't like to smash my burgers down either when I cook them. I just leave all that juice in there, so when you bite into it, when it's done, you just get a nice juicy burger. So boom, look at that. We got 3 patties ready to go. All right, look, this is what they look like when you get all of them done. You got 3 patties. And I am gonna season these. I'll show you how I like to make my El Diablo burger. This is a special burger. I made this up, so check this out. I'll show you what I put on these, man, to make the El Diablo burger. Let me show you what I'm gonna use. So we're gonna get this right here. Red pepper. Look at that, cayenne. And paprika. That's what we're gonna use to put on there to make the Diablo burger. Let's go. All right, so before I season these, I'm gonna go ahead and fire up the air fryer. I like to let it heat up for a few minutes before I actually put the meat in it. So basically what you're gonna wanna do is turn it on and let it run for like 3 or 4 minutes before you put it in there, let it get nice and hot. So what I'm gonna do today for these burgers, really on the air fryer, you have all these different settings. You can cook on whichever one you want. I mean, they'll all cook it. It just, what's gonna take longer, or what's gonna be the difference is how long it takes. So if you air fry it on 390, or if you cook it on max crisp or 450, you're gonna get almost the same outcome. You just gotta watch the time, because it's gonna be need like a shorter time for the hotter you cook it. So we'll just air fry these though on 400 a day. That's a nice setting to use. It automatically goes to 20 minutes. So I'll wait till that gets down to 17 or 16, and then I'll put these in there. All right, let me show you how I season these things. So we got cayenne, paprika, and red pepper flakes. We'll start with the paprika. Just give it a nice sift on there. You can see it kind of changes a little bit redder than it was. Look at that. Woo. All right, let's give it some of the cayenne. A little orange right there. And then we'll hit it with the red pepper flakes. And this is the start of the El Diablo burger. Look at that, man. Whenever you take this thing out of the air fryer, all this stuff caramelizes on there. It turns a nice golden, orangish. Man, it's going to be amazing. Wait till you see this. All right, and as for the seasoning, sometimes I'll season both sides at once. But sometimes I'll just do one side at a time when I flip it. That's what I'm going to do for these ones. I feel like whenever I flip them, then I'll just add the other seasoning to the other side. So that's how I'm going to do that. It's been heating up for probably about 3 or 4 minutes, so we're going to go ahead and take it out. One thing you definitely want to do before you cook your meat is spray your pan. Make sure you got some non-stick spray. Spray it up. And then you're just going to want to take your burgers. We got 3 of them. We're going to go season inside up. And we should be able to fit all 3 of these in there. Woo, look at that. Alright, cool. So we'll leave them like that. We'll flip them in probably about 4 to 5 minutes. Boom. So 15. We're going to check back on these here in a few minutes. We'll go ahead and set this though down to probably 10 because it probably won't take 10 minutes to cook them. So at 5, we'll check them. Alright, so now that the burgers are cooking, now I'm going to use that time while they're cooking to go ahead and get my onion, tomato, and all my other stuff ready to build my burger when they get done. Because I am starving and I'm ready to eat this thing. So I'm going to eat it and show y'all exactly what it looks like after it's cooked and how to eat this puppy. Okay, I'm cutting the tomatoes. I love putting tomatoes on my burgers and onions and lettuce. But when I do my tomatoes, I like to cut them so they're so thin they're almost non-existent. If that makes sense. I like to cut them so thin they look just like that you just get a little sliver to put on there. Just like that. So those 2 will be perfect with the onion. Let me get the lettuce next. Like time to flip them. Oh my goodness, look at that. Ooh. Wow. So alright, we're gonna flip them over and hit them with another season. So look at the difference, and look at the golden, the beautiful colors that they get from after they're cooking. Ooh, that nice little crisp top. Guys, that's what it's all about. Go ahead and season them back up in here. Look, boom, just put a little bit more on them. Hit all them cayenne, paprika. Go back with the chili flakes. Alright. So we'll check them. They should be done in probably 4 minutes. Alright, and you definitely don't want to overcook your meat. So we're going to go ahead and check it again just to make sure. Because that's the worst thing you can do is to overcook anything. Whether it's chicken, steak, or beef. So let me show you how I kind of check this and see if it's done or not. Basically all I'll do is kind of press on it. And I can tell just by cooking enough that if they're firm, they probably need to come out because they're cooked good enough. But these ones are still a little squishy and juicy. When I push them like that, it's still a little squishy. You can see the whole thing kind of bouncing around and all that. So basically they're not done. I'm going to put them back in for like a few more minutes. We'll probably let them go ahead and take 2 more minutes and then we'll take them off. They do continue to cook when you take them out as well. So you definitely, I like to leave them a little red and then they'll overcook, you know. So it's just a tip for you. Make sure you don't burn them, and just that's kind of how I gauge it without cutting them open. Is you'll be able to tell by the stiffness and the firmness of the meat. So that's a pro tip for you right there. All right, so that was 10 minutes. Let's see what they look like. Oh man, they are definitely done. Let's get them out of there. Wow. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, I'm so hungry. So that's what your burgers are gonna look like. Look at that beautiful color. Woo. Look at that juice coming out of there. Wow. That's one reason I don't like to mash my burgers down. A lot of people will put burgers on the grill and then they smash them down and they call it a smash burger or something. And man, I like to keep my burgers nice and thick. Look how thick these are, man. And they are just filled with goodness, juice and everything. So I don't know. That's how I like to make them personally, you know. I mean, I'll eat a smash burger, but when I make them though, I don't smash them. So all right, so these just got out. We're gonna let these set probably for about 10 minutes, and then we're gonna build our burger and we're gonna eat. So just hold tight, we're almost there. I'm gonna start the assembly of this burger. So check it out. Let me show you how I build this thing. We're gonna go with sweet Hawaiian buns. These are amazing. Sweet Hawaiian. Have y'all ever had those sweet Hawaiian rolls? It's just basically a bun like that. These are awesome. Oh. Alright, so we're gonna start with mayonnaise. I normally don't I don't always put mayonnaise on my burgers, but if I'm trying to make like an extra good gourmet burger and I just want that little bit of extra flavor, well then I'll put it on there. So here we go. Mayonnaise. Next we go with the meat. Juicy, juicy meat. Look at that. Juicing out everywhere. Alright, then you hit it with some cheese. And then on top of the cheese, you give it some mustard, a little bit. I think of the mustard and the ketchup. Obviously, I love the ketchup. Ketchup's my favorite dipping sauce condiment. But I use these as like glue to hold everything else together. Like my onions, I use it to hold the onions on and stuff like that. So that's what I think about with these. So boom, onion. I hit it with a little spritz of ketchup here, just for some more glue. For these tomatoes, we got these, remember these really nice fine tomato slices? Ooh, look at that. I don't like those real big thick tomato slices, man. I like these real fine chip like ones. Look at that. Ooh, look at there. And we'll cap it off. Give it a nice, barely a little press. We don't want to press it too much. Look at this, y'all. Ooh. And you think that looks good. Wait till you see that next process. Y'all, a little hack too. After you build your burger, let me show you the best way to toast it all and have it all together and have the cheese melt and everything. So basically, all I do is I go to the air fryer and I turn it on max crisp. That's 450, that's the highest setting. And I let it run for 3 or 4 minutes and get super duper hot. And then once it's super duper hot, I drop the burger in there, built up, and let it set for like 2 or 3 minutes. But you turn the machine off. But it's so hot in there still that it'll totally toast your burger, melt your cheese, and just make it all mesh together really well. So let me show you that process. Been in there probably, or it's been on for about 4 minutes. It's super hot in there. So basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna turn it off, grab our burger. We're gonna turn it off, open it up, take the burger. Leave it just like that. Stick it back in there nicely. You can see how hot it was. It was smoking. The machine is off too. So our burger's just resting in there in that heat, toasting up. So wait till we pull this thing out of there and y'all see what this looks like. It's incredible. In there for a few minutes. Let's see what she looks like. Let's take it out. Oh yeah, nice and crunchy. Hot. Woo! Look at that. Bam. Alright, so this is the burger. Look, I ain't even gonna cut it open because I've learned when you cut it open, it just falls apart after that. So let's give it the taste test. Oh my goodness. Y'all, what we have ready for this? Look at that. Oh my. Mmm. Now that is enlightenment. That is amazing. Look how thick that patty is. Let's go, guys. Make your own today. It really wasn't hard. You saw how long it took. Probably 10 minutes. Just buy the meat, make the patties, cook it up. Honestly, you can season it however you like too. You don't have to use those ingredients. If you don't like peppers, this, that, or whatever, spicy stuff, you can use minced onion, garlic, salt. Same thing. Doesn't matter. Just cook up something good for yourself, man. It's the best thing you can do is reward yourself and eat good. Take care of yourself. Alright, thanks for watching the video, y'all. Make sure y'all try this out. Comment back and let me know how much you loved it, how successful you were at it. Make sure you like and subscribe, and stay tuned for my next video I'll be putting out here real soon. Hey, appreciate y'all watching, guys. Peace.